Hi guys, my name is Megan and today I've got my April wrap up for you. Alright, so today we're talking all about the things I read in April, and before we dive in, there is a link down in the description box for places to donate in Minnesota. They are still being inundated by ice activity and it's not really getting out there. There are links to GoFundMe's, places to donate, places you can volunteer. I could really use your help if you have any extra to give, so that is down in the description box. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive right into what I read this month. Alright, so the first book that I finished this month was an Easter-themed Omegaverse short story. This was like completely out of left field. It was something. This got a 3 out of 5 stars, and I would highly recommend checking the trigger warnings before diving into this. Next up, I finished Vicious. This is the first book in the Villains series. This was a reread for me. This was so good, following Victor and Eli as they are on this like journey of revenge against each other, and like it's just them trying to murder each other, but also like kind of having to deal with the fact that their academic rivalry was maybe something, maybe not something, but like there's feelings there, and like it's basically just two supervillains trying to kill each other, and like it's so fantastic. And I love Victor and Sydney and Mitch and Dominic. They are so good. This got 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's one that I would highly recommend if you're looking for something that's dark academia, but also like a super villain element thrown in there. It was really, really good, and it's one that I would highly recommend. Next up, I also read Warm Up. This is a short story within the Villains series. So it's following Eli sometime between when Victor goes to jail and the 10-year gap of when they meet again. This is following Eli as he's tracking down another EV, or an extraordinary, and like being a vigilante murderer, I guess. This got 4 stars. Next up, I finished my reread of Common Goal. This was so good, following Kyle and Eric as they go from like friends with benefits to lovers. It was really interesting and sweet and a little bit spicy. This got 4.5 out of 5 stars, which is down 0.5 star from my original rating. But yeah, it's still a book that I would recommend. It's so good and it's so sweet, and just like Kyle and Eric are just so sweet together. Next up, I finished Covenant Volume 3. This was so good. There's so much character development in this between Ezra and Sunny and like the rest of Ezra's team of exorcists, and just like we find out so much lore in this book in particular. It was just so good. This got 4.5 out of 5 stars, and it's a series I would highly recommend if you're looking for something that has characters questioning their faith and like a little bit of a religious trauma in there, and maybe some some demons and angels and exorcists having a fight. Next up, I finished The Entanglement of Rival Wizards. This is by far my favorite book that I read this month. This was so good. This like ripped my heart out, tore it to pieces, and stitched it back up together. Just, I have no words. This is one of my top favorite books of the year, like hands down top favorite of the year. Sebastian and Alfior are some of my favorite characters, and just like the angst and the way that current events and current issues were swirled into this romance. Fantastic. No notes. 5 out of 5 stars. Would highly recommend. This is so, so good. And then we are on to the books that I'm currently reading, the first of which is Alpha Dragon's Wolf. This is the final book in the Dragon Fate game series. This is so sweet so far. This is following Violet and Poppy as they are like, they're not doing the Bachelor style dating show that the rest of the characters have done. This is them trying to reconnect after being friends like 15 years ago. There's a whole big tragic backstory between them having like being apart for 15 years, and it's them coming back and Poppy talking to his friends and Vile talking to his brothers about what happened, and it's them reconnecting, and it's so sweet so far. So I'm about 50% of the way through, and it's just so good, and it's one that I would highly recommend this series in general, but like this is like peak. The other book that I have just started as of filming this video is a Vigil in the Mourning. This is the 4th book in the Soulbound series. This is following Patrick Collins, who is a magical equivalent of an FBI agent, and he is being sent to Chicago in this book, and it's him and Jono, his boyfriend, figuring out how to be in separate places, because Jono has to stay in New York to deal with his new pack, and Patrick has to go where the FBI sends him to deal with other magical issues. So it's them dealing with being apart for a while and how that reacts to their relationship and their soul bond, and I'm just so excited. Like I said, I'm like just starting this as I'm starting this video. And I'm going to try to get one more manga in before the end of the month, and that is Dinosaur Sanctuary Volume 2. This is like if Jurassic Park were real and like what should have happened in the books. It's a little dinosaur park featuring dinosaurs that thought to be extinct but were found on a little island. And I'm so excited to dive into this. So those are the things that I read in April. Definitely my favorite book, hands down, was Entanglement of Rival Wizards. So good. What did you guys read this month? Did you have a favorite? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys.